Alright peeps, we're looking at our semester exam review. Number one, we're looking at a word problem. Angela and Neil are going to the movies. They each bought a medium popcorn, so we'll say that is going to be variable P. They each bought one of those. Neil got a small soft drink. We'll label that as the variable D. Angela had a $15 gift certificate to pour towards the cost. Neil paid the rest, which came to $14. A movie ticket cost $8.50. A medium popcorn cost $4.90. How much does a small soft drink cost? Alright, so total they paid $15 and $14, so total they paid $29. Now, what did they spend money on? Alright, they both had to buy a movie ticket, so 2 times T. They also each bought a medium popcorn, so 2 times P. And then Neil bought a drink, so 2D. I'm sorry, plus D. Now, what does each thing cost? It says a movie ticket cost $8.50, so we've got 2 times $8.50. Also, it says a popcorn costs $4.90, so 2 times $4.90. And then we're looking for the price of the drink. Alright, so now it's basic arithmetic. Right, I'm going to take $8.50. I'm going to multiply it by 2. So this is going to be 29 is equal to 17 plus, I've got $4.90, which is the cost of popcorn. They each bought a popcorn, so they paid $9.80 for the popcorn, and then plus the drink. Now we can combine like terms because we got 9.80 and 17. So we get 29 equals 26.80 plus the cost of the drink. So we take 29, we're going to subtract 26.8 to get the drink by itself. And we get that the drink is equal to 2.2 or $2.20. Looking at number 2, we've got an equation here. We're going to solve for y. So what I want to do is I want to distribute my 5. So 5 times y is 5y plus 5 times 5 is 25 minus 3 is equal to 42. Now we're going to combine like terms. So we've got 5y plus 22 is equal to 42. Now we need to solve for y, so we need to get rid of this 22. So we're going to subtract it. 5y equals 20. Last step, divide by the coefficient. We get y equals 4. Same thing here, we're going to solve for z. I need to distribute my variable here. So we've got 4 is equal to, negative times the negative is positive, 2 times 4 is 8. Negative times the negative is positive, 2 times 2 is 4z. Alright, now we're solving for z, so we need to subtract 8 on both sides. That's going to give me a negative 4 is equal to 4z. Last step, divide by the coefficient, so divide by 4 on both sides, and we get z is equal to negative 1. Same thing for number 4. I'm going to distribute here. So we've got 3p minus 1. I'm going to write it over here. We've got 3p minus 1 is equal to 5 times p is 5p. 5 times the negative 1 is a negative 5. And then we've got a negative 2 distributed to both of these. So negative 2 times positive 7 is a negative 14. Negative 2 times a negative 2p is a positive 4p. Now we're looking to combine like terms because we have these on the same side of the equal sign. 5 plus 4 is 9p. Here we've got a negative and a negative, so it's going to be more negative, negative 19. 3p minus 1 over here still. Now we need to get our p's on the same side, so I'm going to subtract 3p over here. That gives me 6p minus 19. I'm going to add 19 to get the p by itself. So we get 18 is equal to 6p. Divide by 6, and we get p is equal to 3. Which equation has no solution? In order for it to have no solution, your variables need to cancel out, and it is going to be a false statement. Okay, so if we look here, if I'm going to add these to get my numbers, or my variables together, I'm going to add 5y to both sides. Well, when you have a positive 5y and a negative 5y, that cancels out. That cancels out. You've got positive 3 is equal to negative 6. That's not true. Therefore, no solutions make that equation true. Nina wants to download games for a video console. Older games cost 400 points. 400 points. new releases cost 12,000 points. It says she has 16,000 points to use. Here's my equation. Alright, it says where A is the number of older games, B is the number of new releases. So how many older games can she download if she downloads 3 new games? Okay, so if she downloads 3 new games. Now what is the new game? B is the new game. So we're going to plug in 3 for B into this equation. So we've got 400 times A plus 1200 times 3 is equal to 1600. 16,000, excuse me. Alright, now we're going to solve for A, so we need to subtract 1200 times 3, which is 3600 on both sides. So we've got 16,000 minus 3600, and that's going to be 400A is equal to 12,400. Now we're going to divide by 400 on both sides. And we get A is equal to 31. So we know right now that C is the answer. If I wanted to plug in 4 new games, I would do the same thing. I would plug in 4 for B and solve for A. Number 7 says, what are the solutions to the inequality? We're going to solve for x, so I need to subtract 9 on both sides. Negative 3x is less than negative 12. We're going to divide by a negative 3, which means I need to flip my inequality symbol, so x is greater than positive 4. Anytime you divide or multiply by a negative, you must flip your inequality symbol. Right here we want to distribute, so we've got w plus 10 minus 2w, positive, because negative times a negative, so plus 40 is greater than 0. Now let's combine like terms. Positive minus 2, so 1 minus 2 is a negative w. Here we've got a positive 10, positive 40, so plus 50 is greater than 0. I'm going to subtract 50 on both sides. Negative w is greater than negative 50. So positive w is less than 50. Okay, again, I got to flip my inequality symbol. Alright, so now what number is less than 50? D, 48. It's not 50 because 50 is equal to 50. Number 9, I want to distribute here. So we've got 12x minus 3x. I can combine those and I get 9x plus 11 is greater than 4x minus 17 plus 9x. Now combine like terms, we get 13 over here, so we've got 9x plus 11 is greater than 13x minus 17. Now let's subtract 9x. We get 4x minus 17, 11. We're going to add 17 to both sides to get the numbers together, so we've got 28 is greater than 4x. Last step, divide by the coefficient, so divide by 4 and you get x is less than 7. X is less than 7, so B is your right answer. Number 10, again we're solving for x, so it's combined like terms. Negative 9, positive 4, so 4 minus 9 is a negative 5x minus 10, greater than or equal to negative 5x plus 7. Combine your x's, so we need to move this x over here. That cancels out, so negative 10 is greater than or equal to positive 7. Is that true? Absolutely. Negative 10 is greater than or equal to positive 7. Sorry, that is not true. Negative 10 is not greater than or equal to 7. Therefore, the answer is D, no solutions.